to the next point.
Towards
We should ensure
us.
whatever we see is clear.
That means work is being done. We can see that it is in opposite direction.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين. Good morning, students and viewers at home. You are welcome to this segment of Islamic Studies in the ongoing e-learning program of Kaduna State Ministry of Education for senior secondary schools. Our topic of discussion today is Islamic Economic System Part 1. Islamic Economic System Part 1. We are going to see the comparison of the capitalist, communist, and Islamic economic systems. You know what economics is all about, so we are going to compare the world's biggest economic groups. Let's look at the present-day economic systems. Today's world is divided into two basic economic groups: the capitalist countries and the communist countries. Some countries have applied a mixture of the two systems. Each system has advantages and disadvantages. Let's quickly look at capitalism. Capitalism advocates private ownership of property, economic freedom, and free competition. The government minimizes its involvement in participation in the economy. The financial system depends heavily on interest-bearing loans through banks and other financial institutions. Capitalists believe that their system has several advantages. Let's look at some of the advantages of capitalism. The profit motive makes people work harder. If people are allowed to earn as much money as they can, they will work harder, be more productive, and think of new ideas and inventions because they know more money will come to their pockets. The efficient productivity provides jobs and thus increases the national wealth for the benefit of all. The third one is because of the free competition, prices are kept at a reasonable level. The public has a wider choice at a liberty to choose products that are of good quality and at acceptable price. If this is too high, you go for another one. However, capitalism has some disadvantages. The main ones are: 1, the wealthy are free to pursue their aims in a selfish way, placing their individual and family interests before the common good of the society. They think of themselves before the goods of the society. Unless the state imposes heavy taxes and other controls, individuals or families become extremely wealthy. Wealth becomes concentrated in the hands of few people. There is a wide gap between the standard of living of the rich and the poor. The rich has surplus and the poor are looking for what to eat. And in this capitalism, you see that majority of the poor mass, the wealth is in the hands of the few people who are taking advantages of the majority of the poor masses. The system of paying a fixed interest on loans is one of the causes of inflation, which is a feature of most modern capitalist economies. Now let's quickly look into communism. The main feature of communist system is the ownership of all property and means of production by the state. Private ownership is not allowed. The state owns and controls the economy and aims to provide for every citizen according to his needs. Communists believe that the advantages of the system are that every citizen is ensured of his basic needs in life. You don't have to go and struggle for more because you know the state will provide for your needs. Everyone is given work to do, and the sick are taken care of by the state. The profits of all industries and businesses do not go to increase private wealth, but to the state, which provides facilities for the benefit of its people. Let's quickly look at the disadvantages of the communist system of economy. The state becomes all-powerful and decides for itself what is good for the people. When people work for the state with guaranteed jobs, they tend to become careless about efficiency and productivity. There is no provision. Because they know it is not their own, they are not that creative. Where the state has a monopoly on the production of any item, the public is forced to buy it, good or bad, because it has no choice. You have no any other one unless the one provided by the government. Absence of competition in communist economy results in poor quality of product and services and little incentive to improve, and people are forced to buy it the way it comes. We've seen capitalism, we've seen the advantages of capitalism, we've seen the disadvantages of capitalism. We looked at communism, we've seen the advantages of communism, we've seen the disadvantages of communism. Let's now look at Islamic economic system. The basic principles of the economic system of Islam are: Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the ultimate owner of all property. Everything belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Man is just a trustee. Everything on earth belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What you think you are owning today, you are just a trustee to that material. An Arab was once asked, when he was rearing large crowd of cattle, he was asked, for who is this cattle? The Arab said, Lillahi fi yadi. It belongs to Allah, but in my hands. Meaning, it is entrusted to me by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He didn't directly say it is mine. He said it is for Allah, but under my trust. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in regards to that, إِنَّ الْأَرْضَ لِلَّهِ يُورِثُهَا مَنْ يَشَاءُ مِنْ عِبَادِهِ. The earth belongs to Allah. He gives it to his servants as he pleases. Therefore, everything on earth belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but he only gives this as a trust to his servants, who he pleases among his servants. Since Allah is the creator and sovereign of the entire universe, everything in it belongs to him. Human beings are born and die. They leave behind these properties that are entrusted to them before are now entrusted to other people. Why? Because it is not their own. They are only entrusted to it before. It is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah has entrusted it again to another people. While they are on earth, they hold property as trustees. They have right to own, use, and take the benefit of the property, but they must abide by Allah's laws regarding its acquisition, use, and disposal. You must not go against Allah's will, subhanahu wa ta'ala. No. You are given a free chance to select between the right and the wrong. If Allah wants you to do the right, you must do it. If He will force you to do the right, you must do it. You have no any choice. But Allah has given us a free will. Either you do good or you do bad. There is a day that you will be held responsible for what you do in this world. Encouragement of initiative and the disposal of surplus wealth. Islam doesn't leave the economy just like that. if you have surplus wealth, you are encouraged to give it out to those that didn't have it. We are going to look at that, inshallah, when we come to zakat. Human beings have different levels and types of ability. Their abilities are not equal. Therefore, they are not equally productive. Allah said, وَاللَّهُ فَضَّلَ بَعْضَكُمْ عَلَى بَعْضٍ فِي الرِّزْقِ. And Allah has made some of you to excel others in means of subsistence. Some of you are wealthy, some of you are moderate, some of you have nothing to eat. They have to go out to struggle for something to eat. Some of you even sleep without eating anything. In another ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ مَاذَا يُنْفِقُونَ يَسْأَلُونَكَ مَا يُنْفِقُونَ قُلِ الْعَفْوِ. And they ask you, O Muhammad, what they should spend. Say what you spare over and above your need. What is above your need? Give it out. What is surplus for you? Give it out. That is the instruction by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the Prophet to tell them, if they ask you, what are they to spend? Tell them what is surplus. Wider circulation of wealth in order to avoid concentration of wealth in the hands of a few, to the neglect of the weak, a number of measures are prescribed or recommended in Islam, including zakat. You must give out zakat. Zakat is specific amount taken from a specific type of wealth that reach specific amount when it reach a year in your possession. We have sadaqah, which is free gift you give to others. Gifts are there. The laws of inheritance, you can inherit something from one of your relations. And we have waqf, what people give or donate to orphanage or something like that. That is charitable trust. Social and individual welfare. In Islam, we have social and individual welfare. The Islamic State is committed through zakat and the Baytul Mal. Baytul Mal means treasury, Islamic treasury, to caring for the basic needs to the less fortunate members of the society and helping them. However, every able-bodied person is expected to seek some work with which to sustain himself honorably and not to deliberately place himself as a permanent burden on the community. Begging is not Islamic. Islam doesn't encourage begging. You have to find a work to do. The Prophet ﷺ once said, it is better for you to go into the bush, look for firewood, carry it into the village or town, sell it to have something to eat, than for you to go and beg people. They may give you, they may not. If they give you, you take it in shame. If they didn't give you, I don't even know how to explain that. Because you may be given, you may not be given. So Islam encouraged everybody to go out, look for something to do to sustain your livelihood. You are not expected to be a burden on anybody. The aim of Islamic social welfare is therefore not only to help the needy out of their immediate misery, but to encourage them, where possible, to become self-supporting, to support themselves, to give them what to do. Certain harmful economic practices have been prohibited in Islam. There are some economic practices that are un-Islamic, like hoarding, riba. Riba means usury, interest, gambling, and all forms of deception and cheating. Cheating means tatfif. We are coming into that in part 2 of this system, inshallah. Let's look at the balanced system. Capitalist, communist, and then Islamic economic system. The balanced system we are going to look into now. It will be seen from the above comparisons that the Islamic economic system has, since its inception over 1,400 years ago, prescribed a balanced system of economic life. There is a balanced economic life since over 1,400 years ago. It has been given due weight to both the aspirations of the individual and the needs of the society. It caters for aspirations of every individual and the needs of the society. The good features of both capitalism and communism are present. In Islamic economic system, all good sides of capitalism are there. All good sides of communism are there. And the bad sides, the disadvantages of capitalism, the disadvantages of communism are all neutralized. So Islam goes with capitalism where it is good. Islam goes with communism where it is good. But all the disadvantages of capitalism, all the disadvantages of communism are all neutralized. They are no longer in Islamic economic system. So Islamic economic system is a combination of capitalism, communism, and the new methods that are good after removing what is bad in capitalism, after removing what is bad in communism. And then this system is balanced. We call it a balanced system because it is a combination of the world economic systems where Islam found it good. And where it found it faulty, it neutralizes all that. Therefore, Islamic system remains, therefore, the most suitable for sound social and economic development. It is sound, suitable for social economic development because it consists of all the world's economic groups. Let's round up. We said the Islamic economic system, we've compared the capitalist, the socialist, the communist, and the Islamic economic systems. We say the present-day economy is divided into two basic groups, capitalism and communism. Capitalism, as we said, has advantages. It advocates private ownership. People can own property. There is economic freedom. People earn money. People have companies, have many ways of having money. There are so many advantages in capitalism, and there are so many disadvantages in capitalism. Some advantages of capitalism is that because of the tendency that they will earn money, people work hard. People work very hard. They struggle very hard to earn their money. But majority of the poor masses are at the receiving end. Productivity provides jobs and thus increases the national wealth. These are all advantages of capitalism. But as we said, capitalism equally have disadvantages. The wealthy are free to pursue their aims, their selfish interest before the public interest. They consider their selfish interest, their family interest before the public interest. They don't take the public interest first. Unless the state imposes heavy taxes on them, some individuals become very, very wealthy and decide for the state what to do. They become very, very wealthy. And through their wealth, they can decide for the state what to do. They can decide who goes as the head of the state. And therefore, their personal and family interests are always being considered, even by the government, because the government knows that they played a greater role in bringing them into power. System of paying fixed prices has a very, very disadvantage because it causes inflation. It causes inflation. Now, we said communism has some features because everything in communism belongs to the government. The state controls the economy. The state controls the economy. Private ownership of properties is not allowed in communism. But that has an advantage because everybody is given something to do. Everybody in the state is given something to do. The poor are being taken care of by the state. But it's equally have disadvantages because it results into low quality products and people are forced to buy it because they have no any option than to take it the way it comes. And because of the absence of free competition, the qualities are always very, very low and even bad qualities. These are the disadvantages. Let's now see the Islamic economic system. In Islamic economic system, we said all the good sides of capitalism, all the good sides of communism are included in Islamic economic system. Islam goes with the good sides of capitalism. Islam goes with the good sides of communism. The bad sides or disadvantages of capitalism is removed. The bad sides of communism are all neutralized. Therefore, Islam now came with some ways of supporting the economy of the state, which we are going to see, inshallah, in our next part 2 of this very system. Therefore, Islamic economic system is considered or regarded as a balanced system. It is a balanced system because it consists all the world economic groups. The good sides are there, the bad sides are neutralized. Therefore, it is called a balanced system of economy. In Islam, Allah is the sole owner of everything. You as a man, you are just entrusted with what you are having. All the estates you are having is just a trust in your hands. After some time, you die, Allah entrusts them again to another person. So what you are having, you are not going with anything. You came with nothing and you are living with nothing. Therefore, what you earn, what you have here is just a trust in your hands. After some time, you die, you leave them behind. Allah therefore entrusts them again in hands of another person or people. Therefore, Islamic economic system is considered the balanced system. Now, I will leave you with some assignments. The one, discuss the advantages and disadvantages of A, capitalist economic system, B, the communist economic system. 2, outline the basic principles of the economic system of Islam. 3, why does the economic system of Islam deserve to be called a balanced system? I repeat the question again. 1, discuss the advantages and disadvantages of A, capitalist economic system, B, the communist economic system. 2, outline the basic principles of the economic system of Islam. 3, why does the economic system of Islam deserve to be called a balanced system? These are the assignments. Write the assignments, answer the questions, send it to my contact number. My name is Jibril Ahmad Shehu. The contact number is 080-6023-5708. Again, 08060235708. Or you can send it to my email address, jibahmads@gmail.com. Stay safe, keep learning, always fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.